Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly MMA Cycles Market Update. This is Gianni DePoci, your host, and it is the 27th of December, 2023, our last weekly update of the year. And it's been a very entertaining one, to say the least. And as we look forward into 2024, the main geocosmics on our radar, as we've been talking about, are the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus in April, and the first two of three square passages between Jupiter and Saturn, the first in August and the second in December. But in the near term, markets are making new all-time highs. We are in the well-known Santa Claus rally period, where stocks tend to rally, and that goes on until the second trading day of 2024, which is the 3rd of January. But, before this period ends, we have some important geocosmic signatures that take place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Dow Jones on my screen here, pressing up against its highs. It's looking pretty bullish. We started off this week with a trine between Venus and Neptune, and then today on the 27th, we have the Sun trine Jupiter. So pretty good for the holidays, right? Festive aspects. Tomorrow, the mood changes a little bit with a square between Mars and Neptune, but by the end of the week, we have Venus moving out of her detriment sign of Scorpio and into the sign of Sagittarius. On the 30th, we have Jupiter direct, and on the 1st of the year, we're going to have Mercury going direct as well. So I bring up, the Santa Claus rally period and this, this bullish tendency of the seasonality that we see here, because even though it's looking good now, we know that with Mercury going direct in just a few days, that could easily be spoiled. But, the NASDAQ continues to make a new high as well. Overall, stocks are looking pretty healthy, as they are still in the early stages of various intermediate term cycles, as we've outlined in our various reports. So the big question will be, of course, how we are reacting as we move into a period of rate cuts from the Federal Reserve, which, as it stands right now, the market is only expecting that to start about 1 month before the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus. So that should make for a very interesting time, because, people are celebrating the additional liquidity in the market. But if rates are coming down, it does mean that the economy's growth is slowing. Let's jump over to the interest rate on the 10-year Treasury, which continues to fall. We've been talking about how a long-term cycle low in the bond market was complete. So that would mean, rates topped out. And it's probably a new 6-year cycle. So it's going to be interesting to see how this new long-term cycle behaves, given that Pluto will be in Aquarius for most of 2024. We have the ingress on the 21st of January. So that should make for some interesting monetary policy decisions. I think we will see rates continue to fall in the near term, but that could change by next summer. Let's go ahead and take a look at the U.S. dollar, which continues to weaken. The euro surging to its highest level since the summer against the U.S. dollar. And this continues to be a tailwind for equities, but we could see a little bit of a pullback in the coming days with Venus set to change signs. That's what we're monitoring at the moment. Let's take a look at crude oil, which continues to behave in a bearish manner. Looks like another lower high was complete, and this could be the primary cycle high. We did have this high here one day after Venus formed a trine to Neptune, but we could also form another low in the next couple days, given that Mars is set to square Neptune and Jupiter is set to go direct over the weekend. But it does appear, as MMTA graduate and MMA analyst Puyan Zofargarnia pointed out, that longer-term cycles are culminating in the energy market, which could lead to lower prices in the near term. I want to take a gold GLD, seeing a nice rally today. Gold has not made a new all-time high in the spot market, but the ETF GLD has. So it is looking pretty good for now as we go into next year. But we'll have to see if the macroeconomic environment continues to support it. One thing's for sure is that the dollar coming down is not bearish for gold. And last but certainly not least, we continue to see Bitcoin and Ethereum behave well. Bitcoin is still consolidating in this triangle formation here. We are looking for another pop, but this rally is running out of time. But on the contrary, Ethereum is looking even more bullish, really starting to display some relative strength as it completed its 15-month cycle low back in October and looks poised for much higher prices. So if you want to know our upside targets, go ahead and check out our weekly and daily crypto reports where we analyze these important coins. But that's all I had to share with you for today. So thank you so much for being a subscriber to the MMA Cycles YouTube channel. It's really an honor and privilege to present our reviews and our forecasts for the upcoming geocosmics to you, not just on this channel, but on our reports. And a big thank you to all of our guests that came on to this channel this year that I know many of you appreciate and enjoy their feedback as well. So next week, Ray Merriman should be joining me. So we want to talk about perhaps some forecast themes that were mentioned in the Forecast 2024 book and some other big events coming up for MMA. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Wishing you a happy new year, and we'll see you in 2024. MMAcycles.com. Thanks, everyone.